Hello everyone, welcome to Knowledge India once again. This is the session 3 in our AWS live training series. Please let me know if you are able to hear me properly. Please do comment and let me know if you are able to hear me well. All right, so looks like the audio is all good. Um, I just started the stream so that everybody can join in. All right, it is 8:52 a.m. IST, and what we'll do is uh, we'll officially start it at 9 a.m. In the meanwhile, let me see how many of you are there. Uh, if you don't mind, would you like to introduce yourself? Maybe just your name and country from where you are joining. If you want to tell anything additionally, that is also good. Please do type in the chat window. Did you guys go through the blog post, which where I described the changed format of these live sessions? Uh, so if you go to knowledgeindia.in and if you go to knowledgeindia.in and you will see at the top a link for this particular training. There I have explained that how are we gonna run this session. Overall, like going forward, how are we going to run this? So I have written all the details there. I would request everyone to just bookmark that. Okay, so we have Jitendra from Bangalore, Aya- Ayappan from Chennai. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ishwar Reddy from Hyderabad, Rahul from Australia, Birendra. I don't think he has written. Um, okay, we have Parmesh as well from Bangalore. 5 minutes more, guys, and then we'll start. 9 a.m. is our official time. In the meanwhile, uh, Satyam is joining from Noida. Okay, for some of you, the name which appears, that probably is not your right name. So if you want to put your name in the chat window, please do so. I can call it out. Karthik has joined from Chennai. Uh, Karthik and Prakash from Chennai. Um, can you also pick this URL and share it, guys? Is it possible? Do so if it is possible for you on LinkedIn, Twitter. Saransh joining from Haridwar. Wow, good. Who else have we got? Sanjeev from Florida. Welcome. Oh, it is good to see that we have people from Australia, we have people from India, we have people from US. So, okay, Good to see from 3 countries. As you guys can see, I'm displaying currently that what's the agenda for today's session, right? Um, I had actually updated in the blog page that which all topics you can cover, uh, which are mostly around compute, storage, all of that. So thank you, Sanjeev. Thanks for your appreciation. Uh, so I had put that in the blog, and what we'll do is we will try to take questions on those topics. We'll try to clarify those doubts for you. Uh, my intention is that that you guys try and go through certain topics, every week, and after that, when we meet, whatever doubts you have around those topics, which even after watching my videos, or let's say even after doing hands-on and reading things, if you could not get clarity on those topics or on those particular there are still standing doubts, I'll try to clarify that in this particular session. So that way, see, as I always say, it is very important that that you go ahead and do hands-on. That's the only way you can learn, right? So the idea is that in between, in 1 or 2 weeks, you guys learn particular topics, and after that, uh, you know, after learning, you come into this session, and I can try and clarify your doubts. That's how we'll do it. So we will take questions from those topics. um, if in in case you guys are thinking which URL I'm talking about, you can just I'm displaying a URL now. You can go ahead and open it in your browsers. Okay. um, Sanjeev is asking, how much of security will you be covering? Is it around any certificate preparation? No, my intention is not to guide here for any certificate preparation. Intention is to help people learn uh, things in depth and one by one. I do not try to keep it around certification. Right. So as we go ahead, if in fact if you see what I'm displaying currently, next session we are gonna do around many of the security aspects, right? So in the next session we will do IAM, permissions, roles, policies, organizations, SCPs, all of that. We will try to answer questions on that. So like we will continue to move ahead in this journey, and we'll try and answer your doubts. And basically all of those who are interested in learning, different topics, to the depth, and then they want to come and get their doubts clarified, that that's how this session would really help. The the important bit is that that there are many videos already which are there on the channel, and there are of course certain missing as well. So I'm trying to make those as well, and you will see that it will keep coming in between, right? So I hope all of you have opened the browser, open the URL which I'm showing on the right side of the screen. Open it, and there you can see at the bottom that what all topics we are covering in this particular session. So if you have any questions related to, as it is written here in the point number 1 as well, any questions related to compute, EC2, its pricing, or even the storage, uh, those type of questions we will try and take now. It is 9 a.m. IST. This is the time when we officially had to start. So what I would request is, let me look at the chat here. Uh, can you guys go ahead and like this video and share it, please, so that more people can join it? Let me read here. Naresh, having 12 plus years experience and working on MS SQL. Question on which AWS service should I need to focus much? What are topics should I need to do hands-on? Naresh, uh, if you're saying that, you know, I mean, it sounds like you have been doing, you know, you have been doing a lot on the database side. uh, it depends how much do you want to change your career. If it is that you want to continue to operate in the database field, I think it would be good that you learn at least the basic services of AWS. With that I mean, not basic, I should say core services of AWS, like VPC. That's very important. At least EC2, RDS, etc. S3 probably. This much you should know at minimum. And after that, you can get into further, you know, more in-depth knowledge you can gain around the database related services. So of course, there are different type of database offerings on AWS, and in addition to that, you have got DMS, database migration service. Nowadays people are using it a lot because this is the time when a lot of migrations are happening to cloud. Now is the time when all the old organizations, or I should say big enterprises which were there, which were earlier not ready to move to cloud, all of them have now, most of them have now decided to move to cloud, and it is happening that that's why there are a lot of migration projects. So at minimum, this is what you should do. If you want to get into real in depth on AWS, then I would suggest you at least follow whatever we have explained in the sysops series, right? So can you go to our channel and just go to playlist, and there you will find a series on sysops. You can start following that. I hope that answers your question. Please do comment and let me know if you if you got the answer. Good morning, Savio. Hello, Prakash. Shubham has joined from Delhi. Um it's possible. Parmesh is saying, if possible, give one session on AWS Direct Connect. Yes, Paramesh, what you have asked is a valid thing. Uh, AWS Direct Connect is there on the list for quite long time, but I would prioritize and bring it up. I also wanted to do that because a lot of people do ask for it, and I think it just remains as a gray area, because there isn't much clarity on direct connect. So well, it's not that much possible to show direct connect demo, because for that you need to get something, few things physically provisioned. But whatever is there on the AWS side, I will try and show that and explain it in simple terms. I'll do that. That is there in the list. Okay, let us see. So guys, my request would be that if you see point number 1 and 2, and try to focus your questions on these two things, it would be great. And yeah, that's fine. I mean, other things are also fine, but I would try to concentrate on these two, so that we move forward in a systematic manner. Let us see what else. I've done AWS. I want to change my career in cloud. Lack of experience in AWS, can't get calls. Can you please advise? Um, how can you do use cases for different AWS services? Uh, First of all, take few seconds to type your question. Don't be in a hurry to just type and enter. Please understand, if you end up just typing in broken sentences, it would be difficult for me to make it up. I think it is, as I always say, hands-on is important. Now, uh, there are a lot of uh, lab scenarios which are given on AWS website. You can try and pick up those and do it. Whenever you read any service, let's say you are learning about load balancers. So There are detailed steps to set up every load balancer. You should try and do that. If you have actually done some hands-on on all the services which you study for the certification, then that gives you first level of confidence. Okay. Of course, that alone might not be enough, because in an uh, in an industry setup, things just do not work uh, that simple as you see in the documentation, or as somebody might show it to you in tutorial. There are many recorded tutorials which people buy, right? So I guess if there's a person who wants to get into cloud role, but is not getting an opportunity to actually solve the hands-on or real problems, then the way for that person would be, uh, either you should be able to work with someone who can give you that opportunity. If you are able to get some mentorship, where people can actually tell you those scenarios, or if somebody organizes that type of training, uh, you should be able to join that. We did one such training uh, in the month of April. I mean, we started it in the month of April, and I tried to keep it uh, keep it you know very very practical, where we were not talking about that we will go ahead and launch an instance, you will go ahead and create a load balancer. The tone was not that. Rather, it was more around, uh, this is the problem which a company is facing, go ahead and solve it, right? So that type of approach is required to learn, and then only you can go ahead and talk in the interviews. All right. uh, Lakshma Reddy from Hyderabad has joined. Okay. Do we have any videos on DMS? No, not yet. I don't think we got your intro. Can you please tell us something about yourself? Something about myself. Sanjeev, I don't know if you are following our channel for long. Anyway, my name is Mayank, and yeah, I run this channel Knowledge India, and I have some experience on AWS, and I've got, I think, 135 videos on this channel. So that's about me. KJ has got 20 plus years of experience. Good. Raghavendra has joined from Bangalore. If you guys are liking this interaction, you should hit the like button, right? Uh, Let me try and take more questions here. Just trying to actually just struggling a bit on the chat, because it kind of runs, quickly. I'm trying to get hold of it. Um, all right, let's see here. Um, so Kumar is asking, I have 8 years experience in different field. I want to change my career to cloud computing. Do I have good opportunities for job, and how relevant is it to have a good career growth and success? So Kumar, I don't know, when you say different field, I don't know how different it is, whether it is in IT or it is outside of IT. I'm not sure on that part, but I think if you want to change your career and want to operate in the cloud field, it is very important that uh, you know, it is very important uh, that you learn certain topics. So for example, it's not just that you go ahead and do a certification, and you would be good to go ahead and operate in the cloud market. That way it doesn't work. You will have to learn couple of other skill set as well. I actually covered a lot of that in a video on our channel. Uh, so I would request you to go ahead and watch that video. That video is 5 tips to change job with AWS certification. So of course, in that, AWS certification is being talked, that is there. But then in addition to that, it is also important. It is also important that uh, that you learn a couple of other important skills. Okay, so go ahead and watch that video. Just open the channel and you will see that video. So please do that. Uh, Maybe for one time I'll just put the comment, but I don't think that would be it would be feasible to put this way. So please go ahead and check that video. All right. Krishna is saying AWS Developer Training. Anything you are planning? Lambda, Glue, Athena. There are a couple of videos on Lambda already. Glue and Athena, I'm yet to do. I haven't done that yet, but yes, I there is plan to bring it. I haven't been able to make much videos in the last in the couple of in the last few months, I would say, because of various reasons. But now it is coming back, and uh, in fact, you guys would see a video today, which would be around IAM permissions boundary. So that's a topic which was kind of left in the overall IAM or the security playlist. So IAM permissions boundary is what we are planning to bring today. Okay, let us see. Move ahead. Um, for anyone from networking domain with 11 plus, what should be the right track? Networking domain. There are a lot of opportunities for networking, guys, Tarun. So again, I would say if you want to, in terms of learning, learn the core services first, and then get into networking speciality. If you have a lot of experience on the networking side, uh, big organizations which are moving to cloud, they are always in need of networking experts. And if you understand traditional networking, and in addition to that you can polish yourself on cloud as well, that is just really good. So if you are asking for certification, do sysops and then do networking specialty. But when I say that, I am trying to tell you more of the track, and not just that go and achieve the certification alone. Okay. Bosu is saying you want your career in AWS. Yes, so go ahead and start learning it. You know, if you come from development background, you can go and watch one of our videos where I've explained the different the different tracks like developer, sysops, and solution architect. So you can go and understand from that video that which all services you should concentrate on. You know, that should really help you. So try and check that video. Uh, it should be a bit of old video, but yeah, I will try to help you there as well. I'm putting some of the links in the chat. You may want to pick it up. Girish is there from Kolkata. How can we get small or mid-level projects to use our knowledge to get AWS job opportunities? Um, if you think you are confident on that, I would suggest that there are a couple of sorry, couple of freelancing websites. Go ahead and make your profile there and start bidding. See, there is a real challenge around the fact that why would somebody give work to a guy who is new, right? That's the whole point. If it's like this, if you are running a company and you are running some real some important workload, and if a new person comes and tells you that, yeah, I know this stuff and give me the work, right, I will do it, you would also be worried, right, that if I give the work to this guy and he just messes it up, right, what would I do? So that's the whole point actually. So still there are many people who actually get their work done from these freelancing websites, and there are chances that you will get some work there. But other than that, if that is not the case, based on my experience, I can tell you, uh, either you can get lucky and you get some work within your organization. If let's say within your organization some projects are going on, and you know some other colleagues, you know, who are there in some other projects, go and talk to that project manager and request that you also want to help and contribute. In certain companies, there you know there is a culture where people actually help you, and they can take you as a as a part-time resource in that project. So that is great. But if you do not have that opportunity at all, then I think the only way is either you learn yourself and go and do the practicals, or you probably join some training which actually gives you that type of exposure. Those are the options which I can think of. Try it in that order. um, right. So one question is, only AWS solution is enough to get job, or do we need more advanced certification? Please suggest. You can get job, Praveen, even without any certification, and you may remain without job, even after getting all the certifications as well. So I don't think there is a direct relationship between job and the certification. Uh, uh, it just really helps you to get visibility. That's all it is. You might have, for example, you might have just done associate level certification, but if you have good knowledge, uh, that is good for your job. you know do some certification. I'm not saying that don't do any certification at all, right? If any organization is looking for, the recruiters who are actually looking at the profiles, they would many times filter based on the certificate, right? So it is good that you guys go ahead and do some certification, but then, you know the thing is, just do not stop there. Learn the stuff, because you also need to face the interview. um, Rupesh is saying, please do a session on AWS cloud practitioner tips and suggestions that may help many. uh, Cloud practitioner, I feel that's like very very minimal thing. uh, but I do understand, for few people who are not in the, in that much technical work day to day. For them, cloud practitioner might help. So yeah, I'll see if I can do that. To get AWS certificate itself require hands-on experience. Fees of AWS exam is also high. How to clear AWS exam? Uh, yes, so of course, KJ, if exam fee is high, I don't think I can say anything for that. To clear, if you just ask me how to clear the exam, there are there are many courses who guarantee that they will help you clear it, and they cost only 700 or 800 rupees. Right? Those are available on Udemy, and you can pass the certification by buying those courses. So that's the way to clear the AWS exam. So guaranteed way to do that. But in case you wanna really learn, so that you can do something after certification also, then you need to spend a lot more time. See, it requires investment of time, and it takes patience. That's the important bit, guys. And you will have to spend time with AWS documentation. You will have to do hands-on. You will have to commit mistakes and then go and correct it. All right, let's move ahead. uh, Karthik, when you are saying XFS, I'm not sure which AWS service you're talking about. Are you uh, are you talking about FSX and you're typing it as XFS? If you're talking about FSX, there is a straightway process which is given in the documentation. You can just follow. You can create the instance and mount that. When is the next session? Please open the URL and bookmark it, Sheelam. What I'll do is I will update it there. Mostly we will do it. We'll do it after after 1 week. So meaning alternate weeks we are gonna do it. Great to hear that. First time coming across your channel today. Oh, okay, Sanjeev. You are joining for the first time. Okay. Um, Rajiv is saying, do you have paid self-paced course in AWS or Azure? So Rajiv, if you mean to ask that uh, that whether I have any course on Udemy or something like that, the answer is no. I do not have any such courses. I put all my content on YouTube so that everybody can watch it for free, and I try to organize it via playlists. Um, though while talking about that, many of the many of the participants or learners have actually requested that that I should put it on Udemy or similar platforms, but but I've not decided on that really. Uh, Maybe I'll put it, but I don't know yet. Uh, there is some thought process behind that, because I do not want to go ahead and put a course which helps people to pass certification, and if I have to put a course which covers more of practical aspects, then how much to cover becomes a very tricky question. So I'm thinking on that. If I'm able to finalize, I'll work on it. Rahul is saying he will be having soon on Plural site, I believe, but there is a lot of content on YouTube for his from his channel for free. Thank you. Um, I need some help in integrating S3 Lambda DynamoDB Glue. Okay, but I don't know how can I just answer that. Um, you know, um, thank you, Krishna, for your appreciation. Um, I'll tell you guys something. Many of people actually send me one-on-one messages, appreciating that, okay, your video was good, it has helped me a lot, and all of that. But uh, but I don't know, people probably shy away from talking about it in public. People do not go and write it in public, right? Either as a recommendation or as a public post. Maybe sometimes it could be very tricky. I was thinking on this, right? Somebody who can write 6 or 7 sentences, full sentences, 6 or 7 full sentences of appreciation in one-to-one message. Why would that person not go ahead and write a public post or probably a recommendation? I was thinking about this, and then what I thought, maybe the person is thinking that in the person's job title it is written that person knows so many things, right? I mean, there are so many, and after all of this, how is it possible that person can go ahead and just appreciate that I'm learning from somewhere? Is it that way? I am, I've been just thinking, is it that way really? I don't know. But anyway, um, thank you, all of you who appreciate it. Uh, that's the, I mean, the whole idea of starting the channel was that we can help people uh, with the right information. And I have received many of the times comments like, this was the most in-depth video which we have watched on this particular topic, or nowhere else we could find uh, a video which is so in-depth and this much in detail. So that being the case, I think it's worth doing it, so that's fine. All right, let us see. Shrikant is saying, I'm having 3.5 plus years of experience in database and I'm having 9 months gap. How can I fill this gap with AWS, and what are concepts I have to focus on? Shrikant, I answered somewhat in the start of the session about the database topic completely. And so I would request you to just watch that. In short, at least to go through the syllabus of sysops, at least the core services which are there in the sysops. That's important at minimum. And don't worry about gap a lot. Yes, during recruitment, or when recruiters are talking to you, it might the gap doesn't look very good, but uh, but you can always explain the the reason behind that. Everybody has got some personal issues at times, so that should be explainable. The important bit is if you have the right skill set and if you show the confidence while you're talking, I don't think any recruiter or a hiring manager would have problem in getting you in. That's very important. um, Krishna is saying thank you so much. Thank you, Krishna. Thanks for your appreciation. um, so Sanjeev is asking, have you done any session on Amazon Macy? No, not yet, Sanjeev. Actually, the plan was to try and cover different security services that were got stuck in between. But there will be a video which covers all of this. Yeah. All right. Let us see. Where are we? Okay. Oh my God. Again, this chat has just gone somewhere. Let me try to get hold of it. Okay. Can you share your email ID? I don't want to spoil your much time now. I have many questions to ask. I don't think I'll be able to answer all the questions on email, KJ, to be true. I try and answer the comments as much as possible. You may look at joining our channel. So look at the join button below. If you press on that, you may see certain options, and if anything suits you, you may go ahead and join that option. That gives you access to discuss and get guidance. If you're looking to discuss one-on-one, that's what it gives you. So if you press on the join button, you can review it carefully and choose what suits you. um, can I use private cloud for my two-tier Java MySQL RP application to get security and privacy both? If you say private cloud, I would not then take it to I would not compare it with any of the public clouds like AWS, Azure, etc. So can you go ahead and run? Yes, of course you can go ahead and run. It depends on the fact that from where do you want to access it. Karthik is saying, please explain WAF pricing. How can you use it? Explain shortly. So there will be a video on WAF. I don't think we are gonna cover WAF in today's session, Karthik. As I explained you, if you see on the screen, I've already told that try and take questions from point number 1 and 2. Uh, for WAF, I will put a video that is there. I know it is delayed, but I need to put a video on WAF. I'll explain the WAF, all of that, because within WAF now you need to talk about managed rules, unmanaged rules, which was the older version, and new version came with managed rules, how both of these work together, and what are certain limitations, and all of such aspects we'll have to talk about. So I'll do a video on that. That would be a better thing. All right, Girish from Kolkata, AWS certified, 2 years experience in SAP basis, have some hands-on and will want to switch to AWS. When we can have luck to attend the same company-based training as you did in April? Oh, okay. So Girish is asking this question. So uh, I am planning to probably run one more batch of it. I've not decided on it yet. I've not written it on LinkedIn yet, but there are chances that I would start a batch in July. And if I'm going to do that, all of you, I mean, those of you who are interested, you may go ahead and join that. Um, if you are not connected on LinkedIn, I request you to go ahead and do that. The video which you are watching, just go to the description of that video, expand it. You will have all the relevant links which you might ask me. You have all the relevant links available there. Go ahead and connect with us on LinkedIn so that you can know about all the details of the training. Thank you, Girish. Um, okay, yeah, KJ is saying I have done online course from Cognixia, passed their online exam. Very good. Uh, then I think you should be knowing the stuff. I mean, there is. See, I'm sorry, but this whole training industry around AWS. There are a lot of people who are who are trying to explain stuff, who are trying to teach stuff, and then also set up some exam where people do pass. But uh, what I feel is this: that if even after doing a particular exam or attending some course, if you do not feel confident that how are you going to do a certain thing, then I don't think it is worth, right? Because just knowing a concept is not going to help you unless until you are given a scenario where you have gone ahead and applied that concept. Till that point you are not going to feel confident. That's how it is. I've tried to tell that in very short. Does learning CI/CD help us to clear DevOps job? Yes, Banot, it would help you on that front. Before starting cloud, is it necessary to learn about the servers? Anuj is asking, is it necessary to learn about the servers like Windows Server, etc., and also about basic networking, VMware virtualization, which are fundamentals of cloud? Yes, Anuj, it would be a good idea to do the basics, all those basics, and that's what I've explained in my video, which is the 5 tips to change job with AWS certification. But yes, you are spot on there. Um, all right, I think I've answered question from Girish. Have worked on CloudWatch EC2 S3, but not much roles. I have only administration work. How can we get small or mid-level projects to use our knowledge to get AWS job opportunities? Number one is that Girish, you should try and uh, explore all the sysops areas. Within sysops track, all the topics which are there, you should go in depth of all of that. Learn a bit of scripting. Maybe you can learn Python or learn CloudFormation or Terraform. Anyone out of that is fine. Learn these so that you understand core AWS services, but in addition to that, you also understand automation around those services. That will really help you in getting jobs. Because see, in today's time, nearly everybody is writing that they know AWS, they know cloud, right? That's how the whole market is flooded. So if in mid of all of this you really want to stand out of all of that, you need to be you need to have strong hold on couple of things. So if you say that you are cloud formation expert, just go and learn everything in cloud formation, do hands on, try to write complex scenarios, go and read the forums where people are talking about challenges in cloud formation and try to do it on your own, right? uh, uh, Build a profile, a social profile, or I'm sorry, a public profile where you show whatever work you are doing, so that somebody can, when you are in the interviews, you can say that take a look at my work, I've done it here, right? And trust me, somebody who is a hiring manager or who knows the stuff really would look at your work and understand if you are just copying from somewhere or you have really done on your own. So that's really important. Okay. uh, while I see many of you are there on the channel, or many of you are watching this video, many of you have not liked or subscribed to it. You know, so I just wanted to tell you it is completely free to like and subscribe this video, this channel and this video, so you can do that. All right, let's move ahead. See, many of the times, guys, I do not get your names. So because the display name which you are showing, that is something else very difficult to guess. So if you don't mind, when you put any question, you can also put your name after that, with which I can address you that way. So will there be any Azure classes? I've not planned on that yet, but yes, there is plan to resume the Azure videos, which got stopped. So you can expect more Azure videos very soon. Uh, there were a couple of videos which I had put. I have put a playlist, and there are a couple of videos there. People appreciated a lot, and I regularly get messages, but uh, I couldn't start it. So I'll do that. I'll try to do that. There's a lot of work to do alone, and hence doing everything is a bit difficult. Okay, Rishikesh is asking EC2 spot instance pricing. Could you explain about its pricing, please? Practical scenarios where a spot instance is very useful. So, uh, EC2 spot instances, guys, the way spot instances work. First of all, what are spot instances? Actually, spot instance also is a quite big topic, and I was looking at the channel other day, and I realized that probably a spot instance, requires a complete dedicated video. Earlier, it was not that big of a thing, but nowadays it has so many options and everything. But anyway, let's talk briefly about it. Spot instances actually is the compute capacity which AWS has got, and none of their customers are using it. Right. So what happens is that uh, when customers are not using it, the unused capacity, uh, compute capacity, is given in the spot market with a variable pricing. Why am I saying variable pricing? Because sorry, because the price is not fixed. Okay, as you go for on-demand instances and all, just give me a minute here. Right. So as you go for on-demand instances, etc., you see that there is a fixed price per hour. In case of a spot instances, it just depends on demand and supply, so it keeps changing all the time. The another bit is, why would somebody go ahead and use spot instances? Because typically the pricing of spot instance would be lot lesser than that of than that of normal on demand instances. But there is a risk that if the pricing goes high, your compute capacity may go away. So that works on a bidding model. Actually, you bid and you get, if the market price is within your bid rate, you get the instances. Actually, you should go and watch our EC2 pricing video if you haven't watched already. Just go and take a look at our pricing playlist, Rishikesh. That should help you more. There are a couple of, I have talked about even the uh, spot fleet option, spot block, all of such options in that video. So that should help. Scott, let me see. Oh, I again lost it. Let me get it here. Scott is saying, love your channel. Question regarding pricing. I can review my monthly invoice and get a general idea of what I'm paying, but it would be great to see how much a specific EC2 instance will cost. Very good question, Scott. Sorry. Uh, where are you joining from, Scott? Uh, do comment and let us know. Um, you can actually do that. In order to do that, you need to get detailed billing, billing reports. Earlier, there used to be detailed billing reports. Now there is something called cost usage report. Just go to your, billing section, and on the left hand side, you will see cost usage reports. Go and enable that, and you will get complete details. The level of details which you are looking at, you will start getting that in an S3 bucket. Then take it up and analyze it. Uh, okay, Girish, I think I answered your question about the training. Scott is saying what to do to get a granular view of your cost. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would not comment on any third party tool. There are many third party tools, but important part to understand, Scott, is that all of those tools actually make use of AWS cost usage report. Earlier, they were making use of detailed billing reports. Now, detailed billing reports are deprecated, and we have got cost usage reports. So that's what they make use of, right? So depending on how big is your use case, you may want to spend on some other tool, or just make use of AWS Cost Explorer and Cost Usage Report, and you should be okay with that as well. Depends on how big is your use case. If you're talking about using If you're talking about doing it in an enterprise, then you might want to go for a for a commercial tool. Okay. um, in case you guys have come to this channel and you have not subscribed to it yet, you will not get notified next time, you know so please do subscribe. And yeah, do connect with us on LinkedIn, Twitter. Links are there in the description of this video. Which one is good from CloudFormation and Terraform? Okay. um, See, what you need to understand is CloudFormation is something from AWS itself. So any new resource which comes up, or any new service which is launched by Amazon, CloudFormation would have support for that service on day one. That's the benefit. Whereas Terraform is from a third party, or it is from a different company. The advantage with Terraform is, if you learn Terraform, with slight tweaking, you can write infrastructure as code for AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, etc., for all the different things. But then please understand, even if you have to write, let's say you have learned Terraform and you want to write for Azure, so you need to go and know the properties there as well. I mean, attributes of every resource there as well. That much knowledge you have to spend. Now it really depends on you whether you learn AWS CloudFormation and you learn ARM templates for Azure, or you just learn Terraform. It is really very difficult to say which one is good, right? It depends that what your organization is using and what type of work you are doing. If your organization is heavily focused on AWS, then it's better you just learn CloudFormation. If your organization is already is already multi-cloud, then maybe, and if they are ready to use Terraform, then you may look at learning Terraform. An important point though is that if you know how to do cloud formation, it would not take you much time to pick up Terraform. Maybe with 2 weeks of effort, you can be you'll be in a shape to write Terraform as well. Okay, Jiten says that I am following all your videos. It helped me a lot. Thank you, Jitendra. You should go and recommend this to others then. That's what I would request you. Uh, Banod, I share your content on my LinkedIn post. Even my friends from Amazon also like your content a lot. Okay. Thank you, Banod. Thanks for that comment. I hope that, yeah, people do get benefited. All right. Um, so that means there are people who do share as well. So I'm not saying that, yeah, that's the case that nobody shares it. People do share and like as well. But I was talking more about uh, writing about it. See, uh, if there is something which has really helped us, I feel we should tell somebody else also, because the problem which I am facing, I'm sure somebody else also would be facing. And if I can help some of my friends, there's no harm in that. So that's why I said that thing. Okay. Let us see, we have got few more minutes. I try to keep this in the more interactive way. I don't know whether this is better, or the older format is better, but the point is, uh, I was just thinking that if there are topics which I've already covered, and I'm not seeing a lot of students joining this session. I see that most of working professionals only are joining this session. So that's why I changed the format, that if you're really interested, you would anyway watch and learn from the videos. And if there is anything which is not clear, I will try and help you in the session. Let us see. Uh, is this session on every Sunday? What are the topics you will cover in all these sessions? So Bosu, I would suggest you open that URL which is being shown on the screen, and you'll get your answers there. Um, Naresh is asking that would it be better to do solution architect or developer with 3 years of experience? Uh, if you come from developer background, certification wise, I would say go for developer, but also spend a lot of time in with different with different AWS services. Learn the whole SDK part. Try to understand what happens with different functions. What are the different parameters you pass? How do you call APIs? All such stuff. Do that. That's very important, more than the certification. AWS Developer Certification is quite easy, but apart from that, it's more important that you start dealing with AWS services. All right. So there's a question from Shrikant saying that organizations are looking for AWS CLI or any other scripting language rather than console knowledge. Do you agree? Well, Shrikant, it really depends on the role. Uh, Wherever there is an admin type of role involved, sysops admins or generally cloud engineers, it is expected that they should have uh, you know scripting knowledge, you know um, because that way those guys can actually automate tasks, those guys can do things at a faster pace. So yes, for those roles it's very much required. Whereas a real architect who is more involved in listening to customers and giving the solution, probably for him the scripting knowledge might not be that important. Though at the same time, they should understand that what is programmable, what can be automated, and what part we cannot automate. But then probably for them it is okay to just go ahead and try few things from the console. But somebody who is more into deployment and automation day in day out should know scripting. And this is scripting could be in any way. You might write bash, shell scripting. You might do PowerShell. You might do Python. In all these possible ways you can go ahead and automate stuff. um, So Savio is asking knowledge of programming. I have explained this in the video 5 tips. So please watch that. To a certain extent, yes, you should know programming. I would suggest this to everyone, guys. I get a lot of comments where people say, "I'm not good at programming. Tell me how do I make my career in AWS?" See, even if you are not a very fun-do programmer, that is fine, but you should know to do some amount of programming. Without that, the future is going to be a bit difficult, trust me, because everything is moving to code, right? uh, so some amount you should know, and that much small amount you can easily go ahead and learn some of the options which I just not talked. You can pick any one out of that and learn a bit of programming, so that at least you know how to write if else statement, how to write loops, how to call an API, right? All of such stuff you should know. All right. Jitendra is answering here. Okay. No, that is fine. How can we reduce AWS bill for companies? Is there any tips and tricks? Oh, yes, Shrikant. Actually, I did a video specifically on that. Uh, I would recommend you to watch the complete pricing playlist. But in addition to that, I am giving, of course, videos which I did specifically for this in the chat. You can go ahead and pick it. That should help you. Plus, watch our pricing video. I think it has a lot of important content. You know, so do watch the pricing playlist. Uh, Let me try and get that for you guys. Okay, I've put that in the chat as well. All right, let's move ahead. Uh, Really appreciate your effort to show through hands-on lab video. Thank you. Please do some video session on integration of ADDNS and hybrid environment. Would I know your LinkedIn profile? Yes, go and look at the video description and you will have all the relevant links. You can go and connect from that, right? Um, and on the ADDNS, yeah, I think we can do that. The setup is going to be quite complex, but yeah, let me try on that. You know, to to actually reproduce that in the lab environment might be a bit challenging, but I'll see. Um, All right. Krishna is saying hello. Hello, Krishna. How are you? Um, KJ means Kaushik. Okay, Kaushik. Uh, this is again a question which I think you know uh, if you go through the video which talks about 5 tips, you will get answer for all of this. So I'm not gonna just answer again. Uh, Shreyas is asking, how did you learn AWS? Okay, that's a good question. How did you learn AWS? So I was fortunate to get some opportunity in the year 2012, 8 years back, to work on AWS in my organization. It was totally new for our team. We were developing a product, and my boss asked me to look at AWS and said that we will be deploying our solution on this. Go ahead and explore. So that was the time we started, with all the services, EC2, VPC, etc. And then slowly I moved forward and learned more stuff. That's how the journey was. In detail, it will take a lot of time to talk about that. We should probably, it will take one session to only talk about that. I don't know if people would be really interested to listen each and every part of that, but maybe sometime. So yeah, that's how it was, and I'm still learning. Um, Krishna is saying, in an interview, I got a question like, "What is your infrastructure and environment where you work?" So could you please elaborate on how can we give the answer for this question? Okay, so the interviewer is trying to understand that when you are writing in your profile that you are a cloud expert or cloud engineer or whatever, explain how is the setup at your place currently or in your organization, how the overall setup is. So what would you explain? You will have to explain. I mean, you can start with explaining from the account structure level, that how many different accounts do you have? Do you have organizations in place? What is the designing of organizational units within your organization? Further to that, what is the criteria on which AWS accounts are divided? How many AWS accounts roughly you have? How are those divided? Whether it is department wise or environment wise, or how it is. Further, within your accounts, how many VPCs have you got? What is the criteria of dividing the VPCs? Do you have sandbox accounts or sandbox environments? What strategies you apply there to control the damage or control the cost? Such type of things. And what option do you use within your production or even pre-production or non-production AWS accounts to actually deploy the resources? Is there any automation in place, or it is manual work? you know what all security best practices are you following? What is your strategy around IAM users, roles, policies, etc.? All such things. If you answer this much, guy would be happy, trust me. If you guys are getting benefited and enjoying this conversation, you should share this video with someone, some of your friends. Send this out, even in case they have missed this live session, they can watch it later as well. Sunil is saying, "Hi, sir." Scott is joining from California. Good. Hello. Thank you, Scott. Tarun is saying, when will the session start today? I don't understand. Session is going on, right? Okay. Um, So Amol is saying, can you explain in brief about KMS? No, Amol, I'll not explain in brief about KMS because I've explained it in very much detail. So I don't know if you guys actually go and check the channel. I mean, I don't blame you if you have come to this for the first time, but I've got two videos on KMS which explain things in very much detail. So I request you to go ahead and watch those. Uh, um, and while we are talking and attending this session, can you guys just go and open the channel link on the in your browser window? Can you do that? Please do that and go to videos tab. Please do that quickly and go to the videos tab and just scroll down. Scroll down and see all the content which is there. Anyway, Amol, for your benefit, I have pasted the links below, but I would request you to look there. Um, let's see. So Karthik is saying, why Graviton processor does not support OS. Karthik, there are always compatibility things. If a particular processor doesn't support OS, that's how it is. I don't think I would be able to answer that. Uh, okay, how Banod is asking how to get hired under you. Are you hiring? Why you don't like our post when we share our contents on LinkedIn? Oh, is it? Um, okay, maybe I wouldn't have noticed it. If you share, see, many of the times when somebody just shares, you do not get the notification. But okay, I like your post. If you tag me, I can do that. Panot, how to get hired under you? Well, I'm not really hiring at this point in time, but in case you are interested to work, uh, send me your details. Write about yourself and send it to me in one-on-one message on LinkedIn, and be in touch. If there is any opportunity, I will discuss with you. Okay, thank you. uh, Let us see. I have a question about when we use TF to manage a resource. This one big TF file question. Um, I would not be taking questions on Terraform. I'm no expert on Terraform. I'll admit that. I do more of cloud formation, guys. Uh, so I'll not be able to answer the question on Terraform. Um, all right, let us see. I think okay. Jason is saying I would like to see some enterprise level setup of integration with AD through SAML files. Hmm. Okay. Have you looked at the AWS SSO setup which we did? There's a video on the channel which talks about the complete AWS SSO setup. See if that is of interest to you. I understand what you're asking additionally as well. Let's see how much of that can be done. How to update auto scaling launch configuration automatically after a new development. Uh, so the answer to this question is, by default, a launch configuration cannot be updated. Uh, you will have to always create a new launch configuration, and then you need to update the auto scaling group. Now, this whole thing which I asked, you can go ahead and script this as well. So that will be the answer for you. I mean, first you go ahead and create a new launch configuration via script and then update your auto scaling group with that launch configuration. All right. I think it is 10. We'll mostly complete the session now. Uh, you may go ahead and share this with any of your friend in case you find this useful. What level of knowledge is essential for VP or executive positions to have knowledge about AWS? Yeah, that's a good question. Uh, if you are at a quite high level in the hierarchy, I think you need to understand that what are the possibilities with cloud, right? What are the things which could be automated? How does security really work? How fine grained can it be? How does the pricing work? Where all pricing could be controlled? Where are there are different ways of saving money? From saving money, what are different options which are there? I think that needs to be understood with different examples, related to different AWS services. Actually, I feel that there is a lag around. I mean, we do not have a right set of trainings available for executives who are 20 25 plus years of experience. Most of these guys are generally at a high level in an organization, and the organization is going through complete cloud journey. But for them, it becomes very difficult to understand, because new guys just come and throw jargons. uh, Cloud is this and cloud is that, and these guys are not able to make sense out of it, whereas these guys come with a lot of experience in their pocket, but the relationship is missing. They are not able to relate it. So I feel there is a lack of that type of training in the market. And um, if those of you who are watching this video, and in case you belong to that category, and if you are really interested to attend such a training, please do connect with me on LinkedIn. Send me a message. Let me see if I see enough amount of interest. I may look at creating some training which is only focused for those experienced guys, where we can answer your questions and help you relate things with with your older traditional knowledge, and how does it relate really to cloud. And many of the times people actually think that if you just know the older stuff, your career is over in this whole new cloud thing. That's not true. uh, People who come with all that older knowledge, uh, that's very detailed, trust me. And it's just that cloud actually brings lot of new terminologies. Nowadays there is a culture of bringing new terminology every day. So it is more about relating things. That's all it is. So I think that's the answer. Okay. For moving into cloud, whether DevOps plus Python will give you more advantage? Yes, Kundu, do that. It would be good. uh, Rishikesh is asking a question. If you are just a fresher, I don't think you can become solution architect really immediately. You need to spend some more amount of time in the industry doing different things, learning different aspects. After that, you can look at becoming architect. If you are a fresher, then it is better that you first start from basics. Do some amount of programming or OS administration or DB administration or DB development, some such type of things you should do for some time before looking at becoming architect. Uh, you know, uh, do watch our video, uh, where 5 tips are there that should help you guys, and you should work on all of those. All right, let us go ahead. Time is 10:05 a.m. IST. Uh, So I had engineering team encompassing web and mobile team. Please shed some light on this. So sorry, I did not get your name, but if you would like to discuss more, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and we can catch up. There. All right, let us move ahead. I think we are mostly done with the questions. Uh, do you conduct online courses apart from YouTubing? I think if yes, I look forward for AWS Cloud. Or if no, please tell me how and where to get knowledge to become um, and learn. Uh, so yes, I do conduct sessions sometimes. I don't know if you're connected with us on LinkedIn or not, but if you are connected, you will be able to know about the training. I was talking some time back that yes, we will be organizing a practical hands-on type of training in the month of July. So if you're interested, you may connect on LinkedIn and subscribe here. I will post updates at both the places, but of course, LinkedIn is better to interact. So yeah, please do that and you will get the updates. All right. So Jason is saying he has got 5 years of experience preparing for solution associate and professional level certification. What is the next step after I get this? So make sure that you update your resume well, and after that, uh, start looking for a job in that field. But make sure that you are able to put some projects which you have done. Certification alone might not impress the recruiter. So make sure that you pick up few projects either from someone or on your own and do it, and maybe publish the results somewhere and then include its details in your resume, so that if the hiring manager wants to look at it, they can go and see that not only certification, you also have real knowledge and you have done some work, and you should be able to answer questions around that. That's for you, Jason. All right, let's see. Okay, you just found this channel. Jason, go ahead and look at all the links in the video description and connect with us. You would really find it very, very useful. And all of you, I was telling you, open our channel in the other browser or in another window and go to videos and playlist, and try to see that what all is there. And based on your interest, you can follow a particular playlist, or if you are looking for a particular topic, go to the videos page and do a control F generally, and just search for it. Or you can go to search bar in the YouTube and write Knowledge India plus KMS, Knowledge India plus CloudWatch, Knowledge India plus Cloud Formation, and you will get the videos. Okay. All right. Um, right. So, KJ, I think for this question, I answered just few minutes back. So maybe you can also follow that. I think this is a similar thing. Sunil is saying, what type of scripting language you will recommend to learn, like Python or Terraform or CloudFormation to automate things in cloud? Please understand, for automation, you would look at something like Python. Terraform and CloudFormation, these are more like infrastructure as code. They are more around provisioning. Okay, they help you in provisioning resources. But on a day-to-day operation, when you want to automate something, for that you would not use Terraform or CloudFormation. Terraform and CloudFormation is more around provisioning resources and sometimes updating them. That's what it would help you to do. Whereas you want to do some automation, I mean, a simple thing I can say, you want to take an AMI every day from of an instance and copy it to another region. In order to do this, for you would require Python knowledge. Okay. Or just let's say you want to clean up your complete account for all the unwanted resources, you want Python for that. There is a Lambda video which I would request you guys to watch. That would give you a very good idea about these things which I'm talking. Yeah. uh, so just look at the Lambda videos on our channel. I'm putting a link here. All right, guys, we will now go ahead and close the session. Vignesh is saying, which is best certification for networking plus AWS? It is called AWS Networking Specialty. That's one you can do. Uh, please send me notification for July training. Okay, so please message me on LinkedIn, and I will also be sharing it on LinkedIn. Please message me on LinkedIn, and I will share it with you. Okay, so before we close the session, guys, I will just request you once again to make sure that you have subscribed to this channel so that you keep getting all the updates, and connect with us on LinkedIn and Twitter. Um, um, okay, I understand, Banot, uh, what you are saying, but only when I have an opportunity I can do that. But yes, I'll do that. Um, so yes, you have all the required links in the description, so that should not be a problem for you to find. Um, Yogesh is saying thanks for your sessions as those cover practical aspects, which is best part. Thank you, Yogesh. Thanks for your appreciation. From job perspective, does it make any difference which cloud you are learning? Okay, good point. Actually, in current market, Yogesh, you have opportunities for AWS, Azure, and GCP, all three of them. So really, we should not get into debating that which one is best and which one is not best and things like that. You learn any of the cloud, learn it well. That's what is required, and you have job opportunities for all of them. Good question. Will Honeycode be a part of AWS Associate? I don't think so. Generally, when something new comes up, it takes many months before it appears in certification, guys. Uh, right. Jason is asking this particular question. Jason, I think it really depends on depends on your interest really. In both the ways, you will be successful. In both the ways you will be successful, and there are jobs for both the things, but it really depends on the fact that at what type of role you are looking at. uh, Maybe what you could do is, if you have hands-on knowledge in AWS to a certain level, you may look at gaining Azure as well, and then you can look for cloud engineers type of roles, where you would get opportunity to work on multiple clouds, and that way your AWS and Azure knowledge will both will help, right? You're asking for LinkedIn profile. I told you that please look at the video description. You will find the all the links there, guys, please. Or it is very easy. Just Google LinkedIn Knowledge India. You'll get it. All right. Thank you for this session. Thank you, Raghavendra. Can you make a video on Python? I would not be making a complete video on Python, but I have made a couple of videos where I've used Python. I've told how to use it. So I just sent a link for Lambda in that I've used Python, so that should help. Other than that, I'm no one to talk about Python's future, but yes, it is really good to learn Python if you are learning a new programming language. That's what I can say. Um, Vijay is saying, can you do it twice a week? I don't think that would be possible now. It is a bit difficult at this point to do it twice a week. Okay, all right. I think the we have completed it. So what I would what I would like to do is, uh, I've put the LinkedIn profile as well. I don't know if I pasted it right. Yeah, I pasted it right. Okay. All right, guys. So I think we will go ahead and close the session with that. It was really good to interact with you. And as I said, if you have bookmarked that page, which I'm showing on the right hand side, you'll get all the updates and also on the LinkedIn. Uh, right. So that's how it is. In case you have joined this video or this session a bit late, you can watch this later on from start as well, because many of the questions, if you have joined late, we have already answered. With that, I will close the session. Thank you for your time and continue to work. It is very difficult that that you just join some session and you will learn everything. Learning this requires time investment, and nothing can replace that. So there's no way that you can just join some session, join some training and learn stuff unless you are ready to put your time and efforts into it. Okay, so with that, I'll say bye, and we will see you again. Bye bye.